Right, now it's live. Yay! Got it working. Pain in the arse. Right, hello and welcome to part 45. Hello! They can't hear you, no, they can't hear you. I was just getting it to work, but YouTube wouldn't recognise that the stream had started in its infinite wisdom. Okay. Speak with Ysayle. Ysayle. Lady Icehot. You are men, oh yes, pray address me as Ysayle, if you wish. Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravian then? The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, but I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo forest. Yep, Chocobo forest. I imagine it's going to be full of Marlboros. Moogles. Yeah, about Moogles.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
We now stand on the threshold of Dravian. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west beyond the embrace of the forest branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead and see that we are properly provisioned. There is a village here, but I thought these lands were sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in such a perilous a place? The wild Chocobos. Tall Feather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Monschamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival. He will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there is no objections. Only to this ceaseless chatter. But if we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. River current. I want to go where the Chocobos roar, and they go kikwai, all day. Kikar, don't they? Where is it? K-E-W-K, isn't it? Kikwa? Kikwi. Kikwa. No, that's not Chocobo. Always remember to attune to the ether, right? Unlike what I did the last time up in Cloud Top. Well, I didn't. Like a tit. Well, tan my hind and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. We don't want to be Leatherface. Leatherface is the killer from. He's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, isn't he? Leatherface. And there you are. So Miles Chomp is actually is Leatherface. I don't know. Oh, if it ain't the lovely Ysayle. It's been too long, girl. That it has, Miles Chomp. That it has. My companion and I are on a pilgrimage to Somme Isle. Might we stay in Tall Feather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, as long as you like. In fact, I would suggest leaving the forest. Wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. Dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I'm not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Ysayle not explain things to you, boy? Boy! You've seen the towering Salem trees they're all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. As you expect, local wildlife canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can be sure that we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for your explanation. You're welcome. Now, now I know it won't stop Ysayle here, but the dragons ain't the only things that you need to keep an eye out for, especially if you set on heading west. Slugs west. Worse than dragons. I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons. Well, I could tell you, the bloody Ganaf. They're what you might get if you cross an antling with a megalo crab and taught the thing how to walk on two legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties for malms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they're venturing into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it would be. It would be closer to the Ganaf's home territory. It would seem much has changed in Dravania. The Ganaf would not want to cause much such strife when I lived here. You lived here in Dravania? Aye, it was the time following the calamity. My family was dead and my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the past of the forest then, and wandering out under the protection of its boughs. Then I chanced upon Hraesveglr. Pretty sure I butchered that. Is it Hraesveglr? He had descended from his mountain-led hunt for food. My exhausted mind couldn't contend with such a sight of majestic worm, nor the vision of the past, nor the vision of his presence within upon me. Thankfully, Merchant found my unconscious form on the edge of the trees, and nursed me back to health, and in tall feather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Ganath were once a peaceful people? Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they are rarely hostile. Indeed, we are able to trade with them on occasion. They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbush for some roundabout route. I say we make straight for solemn arm and crush all unruly insects we meet underfoot. Estinien! I agree. Let's kill the bugs. A more direct path then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail out for west out of the forest and make for the statue of the stained one. From there we should have a fair view of the road that leads to some miles, shall we? Bum bum ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. I love the music of Heavensward. To the west. Why am I walking? I don't know, why am I walking? I'm a fucking Chocobo. What the fuck am I walking? Asshole. Yeah, I'll worry about the ether thingamajiggies on my own. There's one nearby. I can't remember where the hell it is. Bender snake should look remarkably like Red 13. free. Truth speaker held by for the 10. Yeah, we're not here for you. Let me up! Let me up! Attack me. Aren't you? Should we chance to meet Mate Chomps again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Ganaf, I doubt I would have been standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as his guardian, the style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphino. This structure is in fact over 1,000 years old. The remnant of an age when our ancestors and Dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim that this is as evidence of our harmonious past. I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honour of your Dravian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe to me. Stubborn fool, how desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you. Friends, and the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Why not? Pray reason with these two. Our goals are the same. Quite. At least you forget our goal is to prevent war, which will claim the lives of Dravian and his guardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Miner's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinien. You would have me keep my counsel until Miner's visions confirm the truth. Very well. Bait me not. A meeting with Hraesveglr will likely prove the catalyst of Miner's gifts requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Yeah. Dragon visions. The Trine Towers. Spy you the three great towers to the west. Guardians know them as Annex Shrine. The place serves as the roost of Hraesveglr's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Solemn Arder, we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Ganaf. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. Yeah, they needed the help, but I thought I'd help anyway. Yeah. I'm a nice person. Flying in this area is so much easier. So damn big, the Dravian forelands. There's two Ephorites here, isn't there? One in Talfeather and one. Yeah, the XIV Lands is the one you're referring to. XIV Lands and the Forelands. That's a damn impressive gate. Just as I feared. Yeah, the hinterlands, yeah. Split into two by a giant damn river. But at least you get to the coolest place in Heaven's Ward. But we'll cross that road when we get there. No, yeah, the town in that area. It is as I feared. The road ahead is teeming with Gandalf's soldiers. Muschamp did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragon so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? Pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravonian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to Gandalf's muskets. There's no route safe the one beyond us. Should the beastmen offer battle, then we have no choice but to accept. Well, then fight we shall. Ass kicking they shall be given. Meet the Ruder. Hey, you cheeky fuckers. Finding over there. I don't understand how dragons could possibly fear these tiny little bugs. Seems strange. Who the hell gave guns anyway? The Dana Road. The Danny Boy Road. Oh, I just realised I've got to do the what's on this. Might have to fight here. Summoning stew. Looks remarkably like a chocobo. I take no pleasure in killing Ganath. Tis was to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, dragoon. On my word to the warrior light, I shall not fight, only finish it. We truly are beyond salvation. Come then. Sorry? Nobody kills a chocobo, but there are wild chocobos, and they are not in a good mood.
Vidofnir!
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight. Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sires will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesveglr in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
The Nath have summoned a primal.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Ysayle's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed? 'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphino's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
Technically, the NAF started it, so they're only getting what they deserved. And besides, they summoned the primal, which I'm an expert at killing. With the assistance of seven other random people. Gifts for the outcast. So the Nef has summoned their god, and thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest. Are you not glad, Lady Ysayle? I thought you would applaud them for summoning the primal to further their own ends. After all, you did. I did not reach out to Saint Sheba for further my own ends. Desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. But what of a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without fault or compunction. Enough, I say. If the Naf have truly brought forth their deity from the ether, we must face together and watch our hopes fall apart. All now rest upon this primal's defeat. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god, and what manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Talfeather, and consult with Monchamp. He knows more about the Naf and their culture than most. Sightseeing. Oh, back already, are we? We met the Naf, did you? And what is it you'd like to? Summon the primal, you say, seven hells. Well, I don't know bugger all about the Naf's religion, but if I'm honest, beyond their trading habits, we never seemed much point in asking. But it shouldn't be that hard to find out. From time to time we barter with the small hive to the north and the west of here. Our caste and the main tribe, from what I understand. I reckon they'll be willing to tell you a bit about themselves, if we give them the right incentives. That sounds promising. What exactly would the Nav consider to be the right incentives? Oh, nothing your average hunter could scouge up in a day or two, but seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide those chores among yourselves. You want a good-sized jar of land-trap nectar, a basket of cinnamon tree fruit, and always a Nav favourite, a generous portion of young nectar fresh. I shall gather the fruit, leaping to the lower branches to these forest giants would present little challenge to me. Then I shall collect the nectar and Master Alphino's arcane assistance. That leaves you to bring home the meat. You need to carve it from the smaller nectars and live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough, I reckon. Have you got everything together? You need to sit down to what we had called a trading post here. I marked the spot for them on your map for you. You'll be most kind, Master Mace-Chomp. La 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 la. Bloody French names. Well then, let us attend to our respective tasks and reconvene at the trading post. I need hardly add that the last one there is a rotten nectar egg. Such fun. Squeaky female. Nope. I was able to gather a goodly amount of the nectar from the land traps, though I would not have known how to harvest it without Ysayle's help. Do you have the nectar meat? Here we go. Splendid. shall put this with Estinien's fruit and assemble a suitably generous-looking hamper for the naff. Well, everything appears to be in order. Assuming no one has any objections to my choice of presentation, I shall place our offerings at the trading post as instructed. Were I the naff, I'd think it was suitably impressed. Well, how long must we wait? Should we have sounded a signal or some such? Calm yourself, Master Alphino. Our offering has not gone unnoticed. Click, click. Long has it been since hunters last came to trade, bearing gifts that filled the air with such delightful scents. Land track nectar, selim tree fruit, and nectar flesh. What delectable food you have brought us. Our meagre existence is much enriched by your bounty. Click, click. Come, hunters. Come to our hive if you would trade. Cramped and stifled our homes are, but rancid incest keeps the dragons at bay. Cramped, stifling, and horribly smelly. But it's better to live in stench than be cracked and crunched by dragon jaws. Yes, come. It's not that far. Boss of Astbath. Click, click. Your presence has been announced to the storyteller. You must speak to our chosen leader in words, for we are Vath. We are the non-mind. Okie dokie. Click, click. Welcome to our hive, hunters. You have brought delicacies much sought after by our people, and we are much pleased. What would you have in return? Honoured elder, pray allow me to begin by thanking you for welcoming us into your home and for accepting our humble offerings. My companions and I have come in search of knowledge, specifically knowledge of your people's god. Knowledge alone? What strange hunters you are. But if it's words you desire, then words you shall have. We are the Vath, the non-mind, and to speak is our fate. You will hear the tale of the Naff god, the god of the one mind summoned into our midst. The one mind, then the Naff who reside in the main colony. Yes, they are the ones, connected. Let us begin the story at the beginning. Some moons ago, a single dragon flew in from the east, bleeding and weak. It fell from the sky and into the hive, where it was swarmed by my brethren, and with spear and spell and musket the dragon was slain. It was likely one that fell battle with my kinsman. I should commend you for finishing your job. Dragons are fierce and terrible adversaries. And one mind would always cower from their winged shadows passed over the ground, but no longer. They have learned to battle weary Dravonians are easy prey. Thus did the one mind decides to heed the words of the black-robed men, The one mine would call forth our God and unleash his blades upon the dragons. Dravian Lands would become Naf lands, and even larger and would grow our domain. But our God ever hungers. The price he demands in crystals far exceeds the rewards for this war. We of the Vath despise and revile his insatiable existence. Yay! Black Road Men. We know who they are. Stolen munitions. That is not what I need to do. That is a side quest. You dumbass. Dumbass! A Nafnik deity. Yay! Puns. Call upon the power of call upon the power of primal for the greater good consciousness of all. Consciousness that why I do not grave cost of the land. A reason that necessary evil and willingly shoulder the burden of my sin. Suggesting that such crimes can be justified, you may argue that I presume too much, but you must surely see that I am aware of the magnitude of my transgressions. Not so the Naf, they summon a deity no greater in purpose than to expand their dominion. To a sign of the seventh dawn, one sworn to eliminate the primal threat, the distinction you draw seems questionable at best. But the fact remains that my own grandfather risked unleashing the power of the 12 in an attempt to prevent the calamity. Thus, I may not condone your actions. At least I understand them. Isn't that supposed to be a secret, Alpha, no? It's like, we kept that one a secret, you know? The fact that your grandfather turned into the primal phoenix. It's like only 3 people know that, and now 2 more people know that. Not so the Naf, as you so rightly put it. If they truly seek naught but the territorial gain, I can only conclude that they are ignorant to the ruinous consequences of their god's insatiable appetite. The longer this primal is suffered to exist, the greater the suffering it will cause. It must be destroyed. How likely you propose the destruction of this god master Alpha, though? A being of whom we know naught. Has it occurred to you this may be sending a warrior of light to her death? No, you have the right of it, Estinien. It would seem that I am guilty of assuming too much. Pray forgive me, minor. I do not fear my duty. Wait, minor need not face this foe alone. Like her, I am blessed with the Echo's protection. I may do battle without fear of the primal's influence. Let me bear this burden. Do you truly imagine yourself a second warrior of light? Remind me how many primals you have faced, my lady? Not that it matters. We know not where this god resides, or how it challenge it, unless you mean to pray until it appears. Estinien makes a valid point. Let us speak with Vath and learn how best to secure the audience with a deity. In this, at least, I may be of assistance. The young lord certainly appears eager to prove his worth. Credible. We are the Vath. We are the non-mind. We do not hear the one mind's faults. We cannot predict their will. Okay. Helpful. Click. This is the idea. Put this idea in your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our God, then he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that. Click. You wish to meet our God. offer yourself as a sacrifice and you will soon be brought before him. We would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however. You are generous hunters, yes, many gifts you have brought, but not enough for all Vath to enjoy. Maybe you could bring us just one more? We are very fond of nectar flesh. Yes, the meat of the young nectar would make a fine repast. God's sake. What's that? Yeah, man, you stupid tree. We Vath do enjoy our nectar flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? Yep, there we go. Another gift for the Vath. So unexpected. Yes, you will have more words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. That one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single naft and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected, it is all but possible. The Vath I want to allude to a certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I'm beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the centre of the Nath society, and its presence, however, allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Naths, the one who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was their combined will that the primal was summoned. Those who reside in this smaller hive, however, are the Vath, or the non-mind, who, for reasons of yet escaped me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond that connects the Nath counterparts. Thus are the Vath ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions, and of the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Not so perilous though it may be, the Vath did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Nath will bring us before the deity to make an offering of our souls. Anthony wishes to review your sales plan for infiltrating the Nath, breaking into hives. Yay. We don't want to be breaking into hives, that's disgusting. Forgive me, but let us be clear that without what you propose, you mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Nath, surrender yourself into their what might generously be deemed their custody, and wait until their god arrives to claim your soul? Aye, that fairly well disguised my plan. Will you join me in this endeavour? You off, are you? Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. You join me in this endeavour, will you not, mine? I will. Judging by the great risks you took to prevent the summoning of Saint Sheba, you are not a woman to err on the side of caution. Would that I would fight by your side, warrior alive, but the power of the dragon. There's no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphana. Then it's settled. Mano, you and I shall challenge the guards at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner. What could possibly go wrong? Take intruders, your lives are forfeit. Yes, you did. The Overmind must by now be aware of our intrusion. Let us press on into the hive and ensure that we have our host's undivided attention. Well, it's easy for you to say. The current. Shit. That should be sufficient. If we do not have in our host's full attention before, we must surely have it now. Our audience with the primal may be granted soon after our capture. Pray advise me once you have steeled your mind for the battle to come. You're prepared then. Hold here, Mino. When the next nav come, we offer no resistance. Very well. Surrender intruders. There is no escape. Enough. We surrender. We throw ourselves upon the mercy of your God. They seem eager to proceed. Good. Then, when they take us before their Lord, pray leave matters to me. If what I know of summoning rituals holds true, I shall be well placed to act. Mark the sound of the river rushing through the ravine behind us. Passing loud, is it not? Imagine that the noise would serve to mask our escape, should we need to withdraw temporarily. But you are prepared, are you not? Do hope so. If I were to be dragged away to sacrifice while you were haggling over some price of potions, I would not be amused. I don't know. Potion prices are quite extortionate these days.
Now we have but to wait.
O Lord Ravana, master of the sacred blades, wrath of the colony, conqueror of the world, hear our prayer. Pray grant unto your devoted children the gift of your divine presence.
He comes.
So Ravana has been summoned.
All strength to the colony.
They just summoned
Speak and
Ravana.
I shall listen.
General Grievous.
Oh, glorious General, we have captured intruders and would make unto you an offering of their life's blood.
These feeble fleshlings dared to invade Natlands.
Hear me, Lord Ravana. My companion and I did not come to contest your children's territory. We wished only to learn the reason you wage war against the dragons.
Thou wouldst flirt with death merely to satisfy thy curiosity. Wherefore should the glorious conquests of the Nath concern thee so, Elezen? Ah, mayhap thine own kind struggle against the worms fareth poorly, and thou art desirous of a pact.
We crave no alliance, Lord Ravana. Only peace. We would bring an end to our war with the dragons. Yet so long as they remain embroiled in this conflict with your children, our goal shall remain out of reach. Never before have the Nath risen up in such numbers, and never yet with you at their head. Why do you lead them to war?
Thy question hath no meaning. To live is but to fight. Long have my children waited, gathering their strength in the shadow of thy ceaseless conflict. The Nath would see the Dravanians slain, and their territory secured. And by such fervent prayers am I now given form and purpose.
As I feared, your very existence is an obstacle to our goal. Since you are so fond of fighting, we challenge you, Lord of the Nath. And should we emerge the victors, I would have you swear to withdraw your soldiers from Dravanian soil.
In the off-fire.
Thou art bold indeed to risk thy fleshy hide so readily.
I will see you tomorrow.
Very well.
Oi.
I, Ravana, fourfold master of the blade, do accept thy challenge. But should I emerge the victor, I would have thee swear to serve in mine army till thy last breath is spent. Do you accept?
I do. And I believe the first bout is mine.
What is this? A god clad in flesh?
Is aught amiss, my lord? Thou wilt not break thy word, I trust.
Mine oath is unbending as steel, little goddess. Thy ruse will but add to mine enjoyment.
I thought myself stronger. Mayhap with more crystals?
Be thou god or maid, thou art nothing to me. And what of thee, mortal? Art thou warrior or craven? A warrior, then? Good! Mayhap thou will provide more sport than thy feeble companion.
Right, time to queue. Queuing's fun. Queue up. is where the fun begins. It's the waiting that kills you. I apologise for this, but not much I can do, unfortunately. Right. And we are fighting. Tuss us talk. He knocks his little sword on this, doesn't he? Hello. Yeah. Now I need to fill the button right. I hope they know that.
Does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor? I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
Yay. He dead.
You do not disappoint, warrior of light. Would that I had your skill in battle. I do begin to see why so many place their faith in you.
Why'd he kick your ass?
For all his savagery, I do not think Ravana one to break his word. Provided the dragons do not trespass upon Nath lands, they should have little to fear of the Primal's biting blades. We have done well, have we not? Come, let us return to Vidofnir and share these glad tidings.
Once more you achieve the impossible, bringer of light. But with every mortal heart that succumbs to fear and fury, another voice is joined to the chorus, beseeching divine succor. At their bidding, warring gods will shake the firmament, and your world will be consumed in the swelling storm of chaos.
Another Ascian. They never give up. Never since we first fought have I seen you draw upon the full extent of your power, and never from afar till this day. You were a marvel to behold, mine. Well, 'tis time we rejoin our companions, so we get to hear the tale and continue our journey. Oh, that was fun. 2 comms as well. I'm just trying to take out, but I don't understand. He was a gun breaker. That's why he didn't want to tank, because, well, he's weak as shit. You can't really tank with that class. Not till much higher levels. But anyway, let's go speak with Alpha now, and then we've got another dungeon, and then we'll be done for this part. I was doing the Summoners quest line, but I don't think many people are remotely interested in it. People are just interested in the story, so there is a way into their gaff from this side, if I remember correctly. Their walls aren't very defensive, aren't very well defended. Put our nose in. Yeah. Mino, Lady Ysayle, Fact 12. We defeated Lord Ravana, and they will not attack the dragons. Lord Ravana, you say? How curious that the Valve never mentioned his name. And you're quite certain you'll keep his word? There was honour beneath his savagery. That we survived the encounter is all was a miracle. A miracle I must attribute to Mino. Never did I doubt you, warrior light. Unlike some, You were gone so long that Master Alvino here near or nigh lost his wits with worry, fretting like a maid from a sweetheart. For a sweetheart he was. Estinien, was that truly necessary? Not truly necessary, but certainly true. What matters is that the primal has been banished and our promise fulfilled. We should return to Vidnofnir without delay. Lest you forget, this was the means to secure an audience with the Worm Hraesveglr. Nidhugg's minions will not be halted by idle chatter. Come now, we must make every moment count. You are unkind, Estinien. For all his experience and intellect, Alphino is still but a boy. Yeah. Mourn in passing. Alphino has been informed has keen to inform Verdofnir of Lord Raubhahn's defeat. Shall we make our way to Anextine, then? I would not have the dragons think that we've forgotten our bargain. Right. Go and speak with Vidnofnir. Thou hast returned, little one. Hast thou abandoned thy ill-conceived contest with the Nath? Nay, my friend, we returned in triumph. By Minor's hand was the beastman's god, Lord Raubahn, laid low. In his overconfidence, the primal swore to withdraw his followers from your lands in the event of his defeat. A promise we believe he will keep. The Nath shall trouble you no longer. The deity is slain then. How didst thou contend with thy biting blades? But the peculiarest matters not. Thou hast fulfilled thy promise, and I shall fulfill mine. Attend me, mortals. Heed on to the deepest reaches of the morn, and there you shall find Ysayle, at the altar for which you shall begin the ascent to the summit of Summon Owl. But be fairly warned. The minions of Nidhugg shall not lightly suffer your presence down that sacred mount. By your struggles within the cavern I shall judge your party process of sufficient fortitude to proceed. We shall not disappoint you, Vidnofnir. In memory of me serves the cavern of Morn has entered the second floor of the central tower. Let us begin the climb. Now, I got confused in this because I went all the way to the top, and she did actually say it's the second floor. So, This is the second floor. You come out here, and this is the cabin they're talking about. Now, you can go all the way to the top, which I did, and I spent hours looking for this place in my original play on my main. Is another ether current. That's 3. Yes, there's 2 more to get. There's 1 on the mountain. I will find it, no matter. I'll get flying in this area. It's important to get flying in all the areas that you so seek to think, because flying makes shit so much more easier. That is not an etherite, ether current. Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to summon our summit for thee and thy companions. Heed me now, children of man. The domain you seek to enter have not seen visitors of your kind in 9 or 1,000 years. Though I freely grant you passage, your presence would not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as the holy ground and the resting place both. Where the minions of Nidhogg during your ascent. For this certainly they shall take great offence at your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidnofir. My final words are for thee, dragon. Have care to keep the stolen power of thy wilderness in check, lest it breed further despair. Estinien. The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing that the dangers that await us? Tremaine herself is said to guard this peak. I do not fear Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our path shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher. Need I remind you that we had come to parley at peace? Let's be clear, heretic. It was to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture. It is for the sake that I go now to speak with Hraesveglr. But I said nothing of Tremaine. Should the opportunity present itself to rid my people of one of the deadliest enemies, I shall take it. It is my duty as the Azure. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Hraesveglr, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? Doesn't have duty support. Oh, thank God for that. That's duty support. Well, we don't have to piss about then. Let's go. So I have Ysayle, Alphino and Estinien. Oh, that's good. I have to queue up. Oh. You absolute donkey. You didn't get her up. Why did she decide? She decided to tank the entire dungeon. No.
your folly.
Shiva, aid me!
Well, I thought this would be easier, but clearly I should have tanked this. You idiots should have followed me, but oh well. First boss. Hraesveglr.
Shiva, aid me!
You don't have to fight the boss, by the way. And there's a threat way, and then there's this way. Up we go. We see this arsehole in later. all fun until someone comes and kicks you in the balls.
My pride. Focus. Release.
In the event that I could have raised, actually. There's the ability there, resurrection. And our second boss, Miraf. I'm going. Attack him.
I will end your struggles.
God, he's annoying. I didn't realise he was just annoying. You're not here to enjoy your sport, Dragoon. Here we are at the top of the mountain now. Me and the full inventory is quite common. Don't you remember these dickheads? I'll be back. You know. Here is time at. Time at Consort of 9 of Nidhogg, I beseech you. Grant a safe passage to the mountain. As I thought, blind to reason, ordered like the rest. See our mission to its conclusion, shown not know what must be done. Such rain as wrinkle, is there truly no other way?
have my pride. Away with you!
You're not wasting my bloody limit break, a-hole. Okay. Tomax is dead. Another crystal restored as well. Why not? It would seem that Termain was the last. I sensed some other dragons nearby. What is happening? Nidhogg, he roars. He knows we are here then. His fury, it bleeds through the eye. Fear not, I am yet my own master. But that damn worm's wrath burns hotter than flame. Come, the heart of the dragon's homeland yet lies before us. Thus, we do add another link to the chain of vengeance. Ocean Shiva, when will it end?
To the peak of Som Al, at the end of a perilous mountain path, whence could be seen a string of pearl-like islands floating impossibly atop a sea of clouds. To a domain where dragons and men had once lived in harmony, whose majesty no mortal eye had glimpsed for nigh on 1,000 years. They came.
Churning mists. We have reached it at last, the peak of Som Ar. It is said to be the highest mountain in all Eorzea, you know. I thought it cold in Corfus, but the air here carries the chill of a dozen winters. This is the last one we're doing today. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains a problem of finding Hraesveglr himself. What manner of creature is that? Mino, did my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? It's my understanding that they only dwelled in the Twelveswood. I certainly never expected to see them one in the churning mists. If that Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Hraesveglr's lair makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creatures completely. Yeah, what I might do is I might just do my class quests separately and then just keep doing the thing, but he's gone. We must widen the search. Come to Mog home. The nearby air appears warped. You sense the concealing magics are at work. I have heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They're rather adorable, aren't they? What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find the creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain that it wasn't a trick of the light? Perhaps it was simply one of those strange plants shifting the breeze. There's no sign of a Moogle in the area. Okay. I'm sure I glimpsed a Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself in magic? Okay. Well, that is where we're going to end it. Next time we'll be speaking and trying to seek assistance from the Moogles. Until then, I'm the Big BH2. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate the thumbs up as well. And I shall see you in part 45, 45, 55, fucking hell, 46, when we'll go and do mountaintop diplomacy. Till then, ciao for now.